everybody, welcome to yet another podcast of Andropique mic testing. This is me, Gavin PHILLIPS. And today we've got a really special guest with us on the podcast. A lot of questions thrown around nowadays is, if you're working out right well, a question always comes up is, are we consuming the right food? So on the podcast here today, we got Shveta ma'am, and she's going to clear out all the doubts that we have. So let's see if all our doubts, all the myths are cleared. Warm welcome, ma'am, to mic testing.
Thank you. My pleasure, all of it.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, ma'am. Thank you very much. So, ma'am, in the fitness industry, and to lose weight, a lot of people have different ideas of losing weight, different ideas of gaining weight and gaining muscle. When you go to a gym, a lot of people come and ask you, "Kya aapko wajan kam karna? Do you want to lose weight?" There are very few people who actually come and say, "Do you need to lose the fat?" Now, weight is equal to muscle plus fat. So, I want to lose weight, I want to lose muscle as well. So, ma'am, one diet which is really thrown around nowadays is keto diet, ketogenic diet. What is your take on the ketogenic diet, ma'am?
So, as you already said that people want to lose weight and not really worry about fat, it's an excellent diet to lose weight in kgs and so on. Does it help you to lose fat? Yes, it does. It basically speeds up the entire process of losing weight. Does it make you fit from deep inside? If it is followed for a longer period of time, science has yet to prove. So, if you want to transform your body, you want to lose weight, you want to lose fat fast, by boosting the metabolism temporarily for a short period of time. And in certain cases, yes, you need to. Like if you have a knee surgery, waiting, and you need to lose weight so that when you recover, you have lesser weight. Knee surgery, if you have to drop down your cholesterol levels fast, you have a heart condition or BP or something, you want to, bring it down quickly. And of course, the kgs, when ketogenic diet is very good. However, does it really work on the root cause of the weight gain in a specific case? Not really, because weight gain may be different for different people for different reasons. And the purpose of making somebody lose weight is always to address the cause at the root level. And it does not really target the main cause in everybody. So, so the whole idea of working on boosting the metabolism and working on weight loss stroke fat loss should be that we find out in this case what is the reason for losing weight.
But if I do it for a longer period of time, say for a year and a half, so my body gets used to it, my body gets into ketosis and it gets used to it. But then maybe after a year and a half, I get bored of the same diet and I want to change. The weight that I've lost, the fat that I've lost in a time frame of a year and a half, does it bounce back, ma'am?
Yeah, since we're not working at the root cause, if you don't continue doing the same, calculations and the diet, it'll bounce back. Another reason of bouncing back is that it's deficient in a lot of nutrients. It gives you a calorie deficit. So as you started off with, there are different people who want to lose weight. The pathways to lose weight in the body are also different. Somebody might want to use hormones as a pathway to lose weight. But then the reason should be a hormonal imbalance. Somebody else might want to lose weight or we want to try helping the person lose weight because he's deficient in protein intake. So then we can boost up the protein. Now, there are many minerals and vitamins. When they are deficient in the body will drop metabolism and the weight will go high. Now, they should come through food sources. Only then you can actually work on boosting the metabolism.
Right.
Now, that is missing in a ketogenic diet.
Right.
We do take supplements for, meeting up the requirements of those supplements, of those vitamins and minerals. But the complex in which you get these vitamins and minerals through food, you can't get them in a ketogenic diet. So yes, if you continue to do this diet for a very long period of time, like a year or more, then there are chances that you may drop your gut immunity. There are chances that you may become deficient in certain vitamins, minerals like potassium for that matter. And if you stop doing what you've been doing to lose weight,
So to do a keto diet, you need to be, just putting it in a very simplest way possible. If I'm on a normal diet, I can have rice, dal, maybe a little sabji, and I'm sorted for my meal, and I'm done. I'm getting my basic nutrients. My carb is my protein. I'm having my salad as well. Ho jata. But I'm having, and it is cost efficient.
Absolutely.
Right? If I'm going to be on a keto diet, and I will have to feed on chicken or meat or pork or so that when meat is involved, ma'am, your cost per meal is also going to increase. So apparently, do you need to be, so if you say, tell someone I'm on keto, then means you need to be financially extremely stable to be on keto. Not any aam aadmi can say मैं keto pe hu. Not everybody can be.
That's very true.
So ma'am, can a bodybuilder who is competing, can he get on a keto diet and still look ripped on stage, or does he have to follow a particular diet?
He has to follow a particular diet. Ketogenic diet will, maybe by the end of the whole process of bodybuilding, ketogenic diet will help him to shed off that extra fat, which is still probably not gone. But in the process of building, you need to build power, and for that power, you need to have sufficient amount of muscle glycogen stores, and you need to have certain amount of protein. Now, on a ketogenic diet, it's more fat than protein. So then there is always a doubt whether the person will be able to build the amount of muscle the amount of potential that he has. So there is a possibility that he may not be able to tap his best potential
with a keto diet.
Yeah.
So ma'am, when a client comes up to you, ma'am, what test do you recommend, or do you check for any test before you give him a diet?
I ask the clients to do tests in case they've not done them for, let's say, 6 months or so. And they have reports which are 6 months old, then I ask them to do the tests. But if they are recent, then I don't. Another situation might be that I would want to meet the client first, find out what are their perils, what are their problems, and diagnose why the person needs to see me. And then I advise tests. Like, for example, if I got a client day before yesterday, and he came to me, I want to lose weight because my orthopedician said, I want to lose weight. I should lose weight. Why? Because he has, his cartilage has gone worn out. So, yeah, there are nutrients to work on the cartilage, but we need to also establish his bone density.
Correct.
Right. So, I will not know before he comes to see me.
Yeah.
So then I told him, I said, we need to do your calcium tests and other
Absolutely.
tests. So yeah, it's case specific. In some cases, I ask them to do some tests. In case we've had a conversation before they come and see me, and I've assessed that these are the tests needed, then I'll tell them, look, let's meet after you do these tests. In certain cases, I say, no, let's meet, and we'll then decide whether we need to do any tests, and if at all.
Ma'am, what kind of diet is used nowadays on daily, means people use frequently, or which is, easy to accommodate, easy to, utilize without any stress, which is easily available, less headache of being in the kitchen and cooking? What is something that can be easily consumed and you to be fit at the same time?
See, becoming fit is not an easy task. You cannot have something easy easy diet to get fit, because it's a job, it's a task, and it's a tedious task. However, as easy as you can make it, you can probably ask somebody to not hit the pocket very hard, and at the same time convenient. Intermittent fasting is something that is easy to give you results, easier as compared to going on a ketogenic.
So that means if I'm on an intermittent diet, ma'am, 8 hours and 16 hours, that's how it works, right, ma'am? 8 hours is where I can actually consume my food, and 16 hours of fasting. So in the 8 hours of me being on an intermittent diet or eating, can I consume any kind of food, or that has to still be like a calorie count?
So let me answer this way. 8 hours, 16 hours is something that is the goal. If somebody is eating something every 2 hours, like a chef, he's cooking something and he has to taste. So every 10 minutes or maybe half an hour, he'll just eat something, and that is going to spike his insulin, and that is going to reach him to a certain body weight. So first thing, we can advise him to not do that. So from 7-8 meals, we can bring him down to 5 meals, then maybe 4 meals, then 3 meals, and then the period of, windows of fasting
come in
and
place.
eating come in the picture.
Right, ma'am.
A person who's, like I said, a person who's eating frequent meals, we cannot put him straight away on a 16 hours fast or an 8 hours eating window. He's going to go into a lot of hypoglycemia and digestive issues, etc., etc. So this is supposed to be more like a weaning process, that you wean a person from more frequent meals to lesser meals and then establish
Yes,
a
sir.
window.
You just can't do it all of a sudden.
You can't, you shouldn't, people are doing it, but you shouldn't, because then people give up very easily. They say, nahi ho raha hai, bhook lag rahi hai. Then they start binging on foods at night, and then they get cravings for chocolates. So these are the complaints that if you ask somebody to go on intermittent fasting, they say, nahi hone wala hai, phir bahut meethe ka craving hota hai. That is because they've not done it the right way.
Okay.
Having said that, yes, you can't just eat anything during the eating windows.
Correct.
Even if you just eat one meal in a day, if it's not right, if it's nutritionally compromised, it's bad quality of fat and deficient in certain nutrients, deficient in fiber, it's going to have its impact. It's definitely going to cause problems.
So that means even intermittent fasting comes with a particular package. And you need to follow it systematically. Okay, I remember I used to be on intermittent once upon a time, and then I used to make sure that the time my 16 hours gets over, that's the time I have my first protein shake, because at the time I will finish my workout on an empty stomach. But then it worked quite well for some time, but then I couldn't take it anymore, because you need to consume a meal before your workout.
So people, again, like I said, there are candidates who will qualify for an intermittent fasting, and there will be candidates who will qualify to go on a ketogenic diet. A professional, a nutritionist, a dietitian should be able to identify and say, okay, you are the person who should go on ketogenic diet, and then take them through the process. People who are working out intense, doing heavy workouts, and they want progression in their intensity of exercise, because they want to see certain results, as far as their body composition is concerned, they should not be going on long fasts.
Yes, sure.
Right? Like you rightly said, they need to have a good pre-workout meal. They have to, again, have a good post-workout meal. Now, even if you're working out, let's say, on an empty stomach, and then you exercise, and you use, let's say, caffeine and all the other power boosters, after your workout, you need a solid meal. Just a protein shake will not be, again, enough. You need a proper composition of nutrients in a solid meal, rather than just a protein shake, which is going to have very specific, calculated number and amount of nutrients. Right. So, yeah. So people who are wanting to gain muscle, and because of that they want to exercise intensely, I don't think, personally, I feel that long fasts is not
going to help. Okay, now I won't take names of any brands, ma'am, but there are brands that have something called meal replacements.
Right.
That means you don't have a meal, you have a meal replacement, and that will fill you up and you're good to go. That will help you lose weight. It will give your energy high, but you have to stay on meal replacement. What is your take on that, ma'am?
Now, when you take a meal, like a solid meal, it has taste, color, texture, flavor. It stimulates digestive enzymes. It gives you satiety up in the brain, and your need for more number of meals, or need for chocolates and sugars reduces. Your gut immunity becomes better. All that is missing in meal replacements. So even if you put soluble fiber in it to ensure that you don't get constipated on a meal replacement kind of eating pattern, but there are different types of fibers. There are at least 18 types of fibers.
Wow.
And all those 18 types of fibers are required for processing all the nutrients that you get from meals. One. And second is ensuring that they are transported to the cells of the body. And then in the cells, they are assembled and assimilated. Now, all that is missing in those meal replacement powders. So you can do it for a short period of time, maybe 2 weeks or so.
But what if it bounces back, partner, after 2
It's going
weeks?
to bounce back.
Then why format is, see, when anyone goes ahead to consume a meal replacement, they've been told by a professional that you can consume this. It'll help you lose weight because that is your goal at this point of time. Why are people not told that what happens after you stop consuming something like this? Because, okay, if I start a meal replacement, maybe in a month I will lose good amount of weight. I will feel good. I will feel confident enough for anything, to go out in public, wear anything without hesitating. Then once I go out in public, I will want to eat whatever I get out in public. But then then I will get back to where I was, because...
Absolutely.
So then why aren't people told what are the pros and cons of every diet that is available?
One is that it's a business. It generates a lot of money. So people don't tell. And people don't want to hear also.
No, if for example, ma'am, if you're my nutritionist and if you tell me, ma'am, that you have to consume a meal replacement, you're eating too much, you're not eating right, I don't want to take a meal replacement, it will help you lose weight, you will feel full, you will feel energetic the entire day. And I will say, okay, will it help me lose weight? You will say, yes, absolutely. But what happens, the question of what happens once I stop it doesn't arise. And the dietitian, the nutritionist will never tell you in front what will happen once you stop it. So it bounces back in such a way that you end up gaining more weight than what you've actually lost.
Yeah, and you even drop your metabolism lower than what you came to me with.
Right.
So, yes, people are doing that. And I'll tell you what, in case you come to me and you say, I want to lose X amount of weight in this much period of time, and I say, okay, take this meal replacement. How many of clients ask, okay, I will lose weight with this, what will happen after that? It's always from a certain weight to a certain weight.
Yeah, no one asks anything
No
after
one
that.
asks what will happen after that, and no one tells also. How much of social media do you see talking about, okay, people lose weight, they gain back, they'll never tell you.
No one.
No one will come back and tell you this is what happened to me later.
No one.
But they will definitely always promote what they achieved.
Correct.
In fact, clients come back and tell me, I went on this kind of a diet or a meal replacement program. I lost this much weight. I gained back, but you know what? Still, I was very happy because at least I saw myself fitting into certain clothes, even if it was for a short period of time. Now, that's the...
So how can we make that short period of time, ma'am, consistent? Means, I'm talking about meal replacement, I'm talking about the right nutrition. If I lose weight and I fit into clothes that I wanted to fit in, how do I keep that consistent? Because obviously I want to look good. I want to eat the right food. Like as I say, when you work out regularly, your workout doesn't become I have to go to the gym. It becomes a lifestyle कि मैं gym जाके आता हूँ. It's like you're going for a bath every day.
Right.
So what is the nutrition that is needed to keep us healthy in this kind of a life where everything is adulterated around us? Where if you pick something, you have to think whether I can consume it or not. If it's going to give you the right amount of calories, or is it going to harm me or whatever like that, ma'am?
So if you talk about chemicals and pesticides which are there in food today, we have no control over that. Whatever is brought to us in the market, we have to buy that. How do you protect your body? Then you don't go buy things which are surely going to be rich in pesticides, like processed packaged foods and instant foods.
So you don't recommend having sausages, salamis, ham and all processed meat?
I don't. I ensure that people keep themselves away. But in a situation where you have to go and eat a burger, then you might as well bring a sausage home.
Hey, why is a burger so? It tastes good. It's crispy. It's nice. Everybody loves a burger. What is? I'm asking. I'm just being very honest. I'm just asking maybe what people would want to ask. I like enjoying. Look, a burger looks so nice and tasty and delicious.
And as long as I'm in my calorie deficit, why not have a burger?
Like, ma'am, you're from Pune city.
Yeah.
I'm from Pune city.
Right.
There's not one person in Pune has not been to Camp Burger and enjoyed that juicy little burger and has relished it. Right. So if I'm told, someone tells me, do not have this burger, but you can go pick up a packet of salami or sausages and enjoy that at home. and say, dude, you got a burger, camp burger. No one will ever say no to it. So then, ma'am, what is your take on it, ma'am?
Okay. If you want to enjoy the camp burger once in a way, then it's fine.
Once in a way means once in 5 days, once in 10.
No, maybe. Oh, so this is what happens with my clients. Okay, can I have a pizza? I say once in a way. Can I have a burger? Okay, once in a way. Can I have pasta once in a way? But then when they come back to me after 1 month, so 10, 15 meals have been this kind of food because you said once in a way for each one.
So I think, ma'am, when we say once in a way has to be specified. Means once in 25 days, once in
Yeah, correct. So anything that is not coming out of your kitchen, that's coming out of a restaurant or served to you in a packet or a wrapper or a paper or a box, should be consumed once in a way, which is like maybe best case scenario twice a month. But the more number of days that you're consistent with what is good for your body, the better and the faster and the less irreversible results you will get.
Right, ma'am.
Now, what is the problem with these foods? These foods have got, it's not about calories. It's about the way in the form in which those calories come. They come with a lot of pesticides, chemicals, preservatives, and trans fat, which is today the main cause of all the problems, including insulin resistance and obesity. So it's the fat, the kind of fat that goes into maintaining the shelf life of this food, which is causing a lot of harm. Even depression, anxiety, irritable bowel syndrome. These are the problems that we are seeing along with fat gain because of these foods.
So, ma'am, in short, you're saying if we put this in reality, these kind of foods should not be consumed if possible. If you can avoid them, avoid them. You don't need to. It's not like you can't live without them.
And there are people who never touch. I know of, people who are in their early 30s, late 20s, and they've actually taken an oath that they will not eat anything that comes out of these kind of outlets. I know girls who have done that. They've taken an oath. I mean, I know of my daughter's friend. She suffered from bad digestion for almost a couple of years. She ended up, in the hospital, vomiting and all that. And then she realized it was because of the food. Because every time there's no food, there's no cook, just order in or just go out and eat. And she landed up in this situation. You offer her a soft drink, she's taken an oath she will not have. You offer her a sandwich, it's an oath that she's not going to have that. So I feel the younger generation is becoming much more aware and conscious. And I say when it's younger, anybody less than 35 years of age, they're becoming smarter, honestly.
So, ma'am, for example, now I'm traveling for around 4 days and obviously there's not much options that I can cook with because I'm traveling. So what is the option that I can consume that is easy for me to consume and healthy and which will not spoil my system no matter what?
So you can just make a vegetable pulao or maybe a vegetable khichdi, have it with a bowl of dahi. Or if you're making a vegetable pulao, just throw in all the vegetables, maybe add some chicken to it or maybe mutton. And it's like one pot meal.
One pot meal.
Yeah. And
so one pot meal is equal to biryani also.
Exactly, but it's very high in oil.
Achha.
So if you can cut down the oil, biryani is a great meal. Have a bowl of vegetable raita along with it. That's a great meal to have. You can just make a roti and wrap up maybe chicken or paneer into it, add some salad, add your homemade pudina chutney and, have that. Make stews, just throw in everything, add water like a cow's whey kind of a thing.
Okay.
And that's a good meal, but again, also made at home. Curries like Thai curries, you can add whatever meat you want. Tofu, you can add paneer to it and just have it with some brown rice or even normal rice is fine.
So, ma'am, you just said that people above the 20s are becoming more conscious about the food that they consume. What about kids, ma'am? When a kid doesn't want to eat at home or you take them out and first thing they'll say is, I want to have a burger, I want to have a pizza, I want to have junk. Or if not, they create a tantrum. and they will not eat. Even if you give them food like basic pav bhaji, which is vegetables itself, they'll say, no, we want to eat a burger. And they will not nudge unless you give them a burger. How do you deal with that kind of a situation? Because, ma'am, for a growing kid, nutrition comes as a very important priority. What do you, at that situation, how do you, what do you feed the kid to make him, you can't be stern with him every time, because in today's world, even if you have a birthday party, you have n number of burgers, n number of junk that is there.
So, first of all, if a child is well nourished at home, the need or the cravings for junk food will be less. Why even a child, even an adult? If your body's cells are made with good nutrition coming from good sources of food, trust me, it's not going to make you feel happy after eating this kind of food. I'm sure everybody has experienced that at some point or the other. Secondly, children do what they see. If they see family celebrating a success or an achievement or a purchase or a festival with food coming from these kind of outlets, then they feel that every time they want to celebrate, they want to go out, this is the kind of way that they should be celebrating. Thirdly, there is no harm in giving them food once in a way. Again, once in
a way means twice a month.
Twice a month. You can set rules that, okay, fine, you have to eat normal food every day. And if you are consistent with that, yes, maybe twice a week or thrice a month, we will give you whatever you want. And then inculcate that habit. That we have decided that every 10th, 20th and 30th are the days when you can have whatever you want. You are not going to even question. But all the other days,
you have to eat what is made at home.
And then parents also should ensure that the food made at home is enjoyable. Is nutritious food has a bad reputation. That it's not fun, it's not enjoyable.
Right.
But trust me, you can make. I mean, if we involve ourselves, we have the facility of YouTube where you get lovely recipes. So if the parents at home, even if they have house help, if they get a little more involved in making food, nutritious food, tasty, delicious, to the taste of what the child wants, ensure that every meal is eaten as a family get together, and it's made a pleasant experience, children will enjoy it. They will enjoy that.
Right.
And if the food is ready when the child is coming back home from school, and it's something that is nutritious, homemade at the same time, something that the child enjoys and likes, I don't think children will be stubborn, because it's not happened, say, okay, in my generation that did not happen. Whenever we used to go for shopping for a long period of time, there used to be like a namak ajwain ka paratha made, methi was put into it, and that was dal ka paratha.
When we used to go shopping, we used to go in marketplaces where nothing much was available except kapde, cheeze, kharidi ki cheeze. Today we go shopping in malls where it is filled with junk, where kids will pull you there no matter what. It is right in front. So when we go to marketplace, all you get there is market ke sabar only, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. So when we say that Indian diet is unhealthy, trust, it's not.
It's not.
It's our country opening doors to these kind of outlets which are bringing really harmful food all the way. And children, they're targeting children very easily, because parents will do something to make their child happy.
Absolutely.
And these outlets have mushroomed, and how everywhere they are. And food is cheap. A burger is very easy on the pocket.
Now, speaking on food being a very important priority, where we avoid medicines in daily life, where we avoid supplementation. Now, if a person is suffering from diabetes, can the right nutritious food help him get rid of diabetes?
Definitely. Nutritious food can help you recover from diabetes. And I've done that. And you just have to have a knowledge, proper, solid knowledge of nutrition, not only nutrition, of food science also. And B is you should have the intellect to apply that knowledge and curate meals for the person which he can make in his own kitchen.
Right.
And if you do that, the person will be able to reverse diabetes. And we talk about South Indian food is all carb rich, it's idli and dosa. But you can make that also nutritious for a person to reverse diabetes.
Like how I'm getting you an example.
I'll give you an example. So I had a client who came to me with 380 blood sugar fasting. And he was a Tamilian. And he says, if I don't get my idli in the morning, I'm not going to eat food. So I told his wife, I said, make the idli with nachni, puree, palak and put into the batter. And chop vegetables and put it in the batter and steam the idli. Give it to him with a little bit of coconut chutney. And lots of vegetables in the sambar. Now the whole meal became very high in fiber, low in instant fast absorbed carbohydrates, because vegetables took care of the glycemic index of the meal.
Correct.
So I'll give you, this is one example, and then we curated something like this for the entire day. And he was happy because he was having his sambar, he was having his idli in the morning for breakfast, and I asked him to put a dollop of ghee on top of it. So the whole glycemic index of the meal reduced. And he followed that. His childhood friend was his diabetologist.
Achha.
He went to him with the reports. He said, don't let this dietitian come in my area because I will run out of work.
So actually showed a lot of difference here. So
I told him, why do you have just sambar for breakfast, lunch and dinner? Why don't you have Tamilians and Keralites make chana ka curry and all that? So you can have that, add a bowl of curd with it and have a bowl of vegetable. Now, if you put that on the plate, the amount of rice and roti or whatever the person's going to eat is going to be very less.
correct.
So automatically, we don't even have to tell them eat less rotis. Instead of having 3 rotis, you'll have just 1 roti and there you have.
Go ahead with salad and fruit, a bowl of vegetables, sorted. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, now men above the age of 25, 30, ma'am, face a very common problem which no one talks about it a lot, which is a lack of testosterone. The testosterone level drops down. And there are 2 ways in which they can actually boost the testosterone. Is if they take a booster which is recommended to them by a gym trainer, or if they visit a doctor. If we don't look at testosterone boosters capsules being consumed, what is the natural way to boost testosterone?
All right. Testosterone is a hormone which is made by the command of the breed. So first thing that we need to do is just not nutrition. The entire lifestyle has to be modified. We have to work, in a holistic way. First is sleeping pattern. When men do not sleep before 12 o'clock at night, their insulin levels are high, growth hormone is low, and they will not be able to make testosterone. Second is the kind of food that they eat. So again, these packaged processed foods, bread, butter, is very harmful because the right kind of fat is not going. Another reason is gut immunity. If gut immunity is not good, vitamin D levels are low, liver function is not good.
Okay.
All these things have to be taken care of, and you can bring back testosterone with proper diet. Poor liver health will not allow vitamin D levels to come to normal levels, and vitamin D is required for making testosterone.
Right.
If you look at the vitamin D levels of these men, they will always be low.
Low.
Ask them, do you have a good digestion? They will say no. Do you sleep well at night? Do you wake up every now and then at night? Yes. Do you feel bright and energetic when you wake up in the morning? No. Now, do you consume a lot of data from, screens? Yes. Do you always have your phone next to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have your, electromagnetic gadgets around you when you sleep? Your Wi-Fi is in your bedroom and your phone is right next to you. Your laptop is just right there. These are all the things which need to be taken care of. Why suddenly everybody is getting low testosterone? And why women are becoming PCOD? It's not just food alone. Yes, definitely food is
one of the reasons,
but and just by changing the diet, it's not going to work. So
your lifestyle has to be changed. Everything around you.
Ecosystem has to change. And food is easy. eating supplements, taking your food, changing your diet is easy. But disciplining yourself to get up early in the morning, sleep on time, fix your gut. Stress management. We started off with stress. Stress is the main cause of poor gut and bad liver health. And liver is responsible for making your testosterone. As if you do not manage stress. And stress is something that we buy in thousands of rupees in the form of the phone that we buy.
Correct.
It's the biggest stress that we actually buy and carry it with us.
Everywhere.
We become absolutely paranoid when we don't have a phone with us.
Yeah, you become like a part of your body is missing.
Yes, absolutely. And these are the reasons why testosterone levels or other hormonal imbalances are a problem today.
So, ma'am, do you believe if people consume testosterone boosters, will it help them get their testosterone levels high? Which will give them?
To a certain extent. But it will help them for a certain bit. They have to stop someday or the other.
Right.
And when they stop, they'll come back. Unless and until you work on it on a war front.
Right, ma'am. Now, ma'am, everybody wants results faster. Everyone is in love with the word called fast. Whether it's fast food, fast results, everything fast. So, what is your take on fast, the 90-day transformation and stuff like that? Because people want results fast. I can keep a strict diet for 90 days, but not more than that because I want results in 90 days. These people do not have patience. So, with 90 days transformation, your diet also is going to be different. Your routine of daily life is going to be different. But yeah, diet is going to change drastically. What is your take on that, ma'am?
So, if you want transformation which is visible, which you can see, do it the way you like it. In 90 days, you see yourself the way you want to see yourself. It's fine. But transformation or rather external results are the results of internal health and fitness. Now, in case you're not working on transforming your body at the cellular level, then that is not going to happen in 90 days. There are some cells which change in years. And if you've been eating wrong and you reached a point in time where you need to lose 15, 20 kgs of weight, that means it's a result of what has gone wrong inside your body. And we can't recover that in 90 days. So when you want fast results, the definition of results is I want to look the way I want to look fast.
So, ma'am, if people consume like fat burners and all that, does it harm the body?
Yes, it definitely has a harm. See, what we are doing, we are boosting the metabolism. What is metabolism? The energy burning processes that happen at the cellular level. Now, if you want to, it's like you put nitric oxide in your bike. It is going to run fast. But it is going to also create more wear and tear of the other parts of the vehicle. Yeah. So something like that will happen with fat burners also.
Done, ma'am. So if my diet is right and nutrition is right and because of work I stress a lot, will stress hamper anything and sleep?
4 pillars.
Yes, ma'am.
First, sleep.
Sleep.
Second is stress.
Stress.
Manage stress. Third is food. And then comes exercise.
Okay.
You can't go progressive in your exercise if all these 3 are not fixed. So today, globally, as human race, we need to fix our sleep first in terms of timings, duration, and quality.
So how many hours sleep does a human need to just sleep well?
7 to 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. There will be people who will say, but you know what? I'm absolutely fine in 5 hours. My brain is working. I can take the day on, within 5 to 6 hours. Yes, but that's the strength of your mind. Every organ system has different timings during the night
to reboot,
recover, and regenerate. If you're not giving that, then just with mental strength, you're pushing your body. Someday or the other, one of the organ systems is going to give you trouble.
So I think we need to change the idea of munching as well. If you're hungry, you just can't go down because vada pav is easily available for 15 rupees. You end up eating one because it's tasty, delicious. And there's no nutrition value. But it's tasty.
And what happens is that if you're mentally relaxed, so there are two parts of our brain.
True.
One is the sympathetic nervous system and the other is the parasympathetic. We as a human race globally are always nurturing the active brain of our body. And active brain wants food, it wants pleasure, it wants happiness. It's the dopamine driven part of the brain.
Right.
If you do not relax, you do not find time to just... There are people who come to me and they says, if I have nothing to do, I go crazy. That's a problem. You are supposed to be sitting and doing nothing. There's a word called be. Just be, do nothing. Just lie down and just do nothing. Mentally also. When you're in that state of mind, your body will not ask for foods which are going to give you pleasure and happiness. Then when you eat a vada pav, you eat because, oh, today I want to eat a vada pav because I want to enjoy it. Not because, oh, I've seen vada pav and I just can't go ahead without it. That is a problem. So I've decided that every month, once I will go and eat 2 vada pavs and a masala chai. And that is going to be this day. Fantastic. You're aware. You're conscious. You're not doing it under a state of mind. That is the...
You should chai, ma'am. So is chai bad for people?
Not at all. Chai is very good. I am a great fan of chai. There's nothing wrong with chai.
There's no harm in consuming chai. There's no harm.
It's getting addicted to it, and many chais in a day is the problem.
So one chai a day, 1 or 2 chais
Yeah,
a day. Not a
absolutely.
problem.
Please enjoy your chai. 1 chai is great.
Superb.
2 chais are also great.
So, ma'am, if I'm working and if I'm on stage and I have to be there for at least 7-8 hours and I have no time to go and have a meal or grab a meal because I'm working and I'm hungry, by default I will get hungry. Can I consume a can of energy juice like Red Bull or something?
I'd rather, if you have access to a juice, to a Red Bull, you probably have access to maybe a sandwich also.
Could be.
Then
But eating something on stage will look very...
then you carry your protein shake. Then just
Then energy drink.
nuts, maybe have a banana or a handful of nuts. Carry a protein powder, add nut powder to it, make a shake out of that. It's going to sustain you for a long period of time.
As long as you don't have been hungry and you're full, then you have the energy to continue that. Wow. It's so much amazing getting to know a lot of things, ma'am, about nutrition, about diet. Main thing is, ma'am, if anything happens to us, we go on to having medication, and I think that is the thing that we feel medication is solving the problem. But no one looks at it as a very long-term thing. Yeah. If you're on the right nutrition, there's nothing that's going to happen to you. You won't be needing medication and you'll be healthy for a very, very, very long time.
Right.
A simple example, ma'am, I have an uncle who's 103 years old and he lives alone. He stays on the second floor of a building. He doesn't use a walking stick. He cooks his own breakfast, lunch and dinner. His breakfast is at 7:30 in the morning, lunch at 12:30 in the afternoon, dinner at 7:30 in the night, and that's about it. Fabulous. He goes for a walk 2 kilometers in the evening and he's okay about it. He's okay and he's healthy. Youngsters apparently at the age of 35, 40 start getting tired by it's around 4:35 as the day is about to end. Yeah. They get exhausted and wait to just come home to crash and sleep because they're exhausted. It gives, when I look at, for example, Talwalkar sir, this uncle of mine, they're 99, 91, one is 103, still energetic, still have plans for the future.
Yeah.
Still have things to do. Today's generation is only making plans to go out and have a party tonight, have drinks tonight, have junk tonight. So, format I'm trying to understand, ma'am, we need to do something where people in the India, where people all around us know that food that is available at home, fruits that is there, vegetables that is what we need to consume. Going out and having a burger is not the solution for hunger.
Another thing that you said was very important. This uncle of yours cooks his own food.
Yeah.
Now, we don't cook our food anymore. Forget about youngsters. Women at home also have cooks coming to cook food for them. When you cook your own food, your brain, from all the 5 sense organs, we are absorbing everything that is going to be consumed.
Right.
And that boosts our digestibility, absorbability, assimilability of all the nutrients, and it's therapy. so many medical problems can be avoided, in case we all sit in the house and enjoy the flavors coming out from the kitchen while the food is being cooked. And the need to go out and eat will... So what is it that attracts you that in the food that is coming from out? Is the way it is presented, the way it is flavored, and the way it is tasting. You can enjoy that if you are
At home.
involved in cooking of food which is made at home.
So I'll tell you something, ma'am. So I'm a foodie. I love to eat. And I love to eat a lot. And now Ramzan time, ma'am, so, it makes, I used to make it a point every year, Ramzan, I need to go and have some good food with Ramzan. Saal mein ek hi baar aata hai and you need to enjoy it. So when we used to eat food, it really tastes nice, it's delicious. But later on, my wife family realized, eat it, enjoy it. But just look to the side where he's frying those cutlets, where he's frying that chicken, where he's frying those kebabs. Oil is black. Do people look at that? No, people look at the food. Kya khushboo hai? But then when you realize that food which you're eating is actually crap because of the oil that they're making in, you're not eating anything that is delicious. It is just temporary satisfaction, but it's not going to help you in any ways. When you consume anything, it has to have some nutrition to your body. If not, it is pointless. Absolutely. It's like having Chinese food. When they cook chicken at such high flames, you're only eating the chicken, but the nutrition value of the chicken is zero because it's cooked at such high flame. There's no nutrition that remains in the food. So I have learned a lot about how, what, why, when to eat, because over time, samajh mein aati hai cheezein. So when my wife, I want to eat something like this, she says, you tell me, I will make it at home. The word I use, ma'am, is I'm blessed.
Yes.
To have a partner like that.
Absolutely.
So I'm a fan of seafood. When it comes to seafood, I used to always eat fish like surmai, crabs, pomfret and all. And she's Bengali. And she said that, try freshwater fish. I said, no, I won't like it. She said, just try it. It took her time to convince me. I said, okay, chal, try kar leta hu. And I actually become a fan of freshwater fish and I love it. So she says, you want to eat fish today, go get this. I said, I would love to go get it because I enjoy eating it. So I just said, ma'am, at home when you cook and when the aroma is in the house, you wait for the food to be served.
Absolutely. And the pleasure of that food is not short-lived.
No, it isn't.
You will cherish it even 2-3 days later. So like you rightly said, that short-term happiness that you get from food that is cooked outside is going to give you trouble in the long term.
Absolutely.
And your body tells you.
Right.
After eating food from outside, you enjoy for some time. By the end of the day or the next day morning, you're feeling very sluggish and heavy. Right. Whereas when you eat good, well-cooked food at home, nutritious food, you'll feel happy then. And you'll happy even... So you'll even remember that, oh, last week when we had this, it was so yum.
Right.
And your body is going to thank you.
Absolutely, ma'am. So I think all of us should follow the format of eating at home, cooking at home. There's a thing of families that pray together, stay together. The faster the families that cook together remain healthy together.
Together and eat together.
Right, ma'am. So, ma'am, thank you very much for this amazing conversation. But let's do a little twist in this, ma'am. Let's go to a segment that I call on the podcast called the Rapid Fire. Okay. So, what is going to happen is, ma'am, I'm going to ask you a question. And the first thing that comes to your mind, please tell me whatever you think. Are you ready, ma'am? Okay, so ma'am, so brace yourself. The first question coming to you on the rapid fire, the Andropique mic testing is, your idea of comfort food.
Delicious food which is made at home.
But what, name a comfort food, ma'am. Like for example, a camp burger, like for example, dal khichdi, chole bhature.
Dal khichdi.
Dal khichdi, right. What do you recommend, jaggery or stevia?
Jaggery.
So if I'm having chai at home, ma'am, and I can't have sugar, you would recommend having jaggery with the tea, then having stevia with it.
Yeah.
Why is it, ma'am?
Because even if you're having stevia, it stimulates the sensors in the brain to produce insulin.
Oh, okay.
And the World Health Organization has already proven that.
Okay, so I can have nice Jaggi gulacha cha, they say in Marathi.
Just reduce the amount of tea if you want to.
No, 2 cups a day is enough.
For serving.
DK ma'am, okay. Your favorite meal, ma'am?
My favorite meal is paneer tikka.
Okay. Your guilty pleasure food?
Halwa.
Okay, if you had one superpower, ma'am, what would it be?
To enter into the minds of people and understand what they are saying.
Even I had the same thing, ma'am. Even I said the same thing yesterday. Really? Yeah. If you had the power to disappear one food from the planet, ma'am, what would it be?
Disappear one food from the planet. Maggi noodles.
Why? We all love it. Everybody loves it. Why, ma'am?
Because it's nothing but poison.
Why?
Zyada ho gaya lagta hai.
Nahin, I'll tell you, ma'am. People who travel north to Leh and all that, that's the only thing that you get to survive.
That's the only way you should eat Maggi when there's nothing else to eat.
That is there. But then, at my kid says I'm hungry, what do you feel like eating? Maggi.
It's maida with a lot of chemicals, and it goes and it has got no fat at all. If at all, it's horrible fat, and it has zero nutrition, and it goes and sticks into the crevices of your intestines, ensuring that it ferments so much that after that, even 4 meals if you eat, which are nutritious, the body is not going to be able to assimilate nutrition from it.
Wow.
So if you have been marooned on an island where there is absolutely no food, and if you have Maggi and you have water, you have to go for it.
Okay, ma'am. What would be your take, ma'am? Supplements or natural food?
Natural.
Okay, ma'am. Best pre-workout food?
Banana shake with protein powder in it with some nuts. And maybe either a teaspoon of extra virgin coconut oil or ghee.
Coconut oil. Why, ma'am?
Instant energy when we need, coconut oil will be digested and ready to move. It will spare gluconeogenesis and glycogenolysis.
And ghee, ma'am, does ghee does the same thing?
Yeah, almost.
Okay, ma'am. One stupid food myth.
You eat your food and you burn your calories no matter what you eat. It's not going to harm.
No. Okay, ma'am. We said about what do you call best pre-workout where you have protein, banana, ghee or coconut. So growing up, I was told that consuming ghee is not good for health because you end up getting fat and ghee is not recommended. What is your take on it, ma'am? Because this is a misconception people have had that ghee is not good for health. You can consume oil, vegetable oil for cooking, but don't use ghee. Ghee is not that good.
Ghee is good, very good for health because it is very rich in good quality of fats. Second is it's very good for the gut. Third, it works as a very good lubricant. So people who consume ghee never suffer from constipation. And next is adds a lot of taste and flavor to the food.
Right.
So there are a lot of advantages. Good for brain function. As long as you get right quality of ghee. So if you're getting ghee which is commercially made and, the kind of cream that is used for making ghee, it's not adulterated with trans fat, then it's good. Now the best ghee that you can do is make it home.
Correct.
And that ghee you can have. It's very good, in fact. It's good to have. It's very good for making your hormones, testosterone, estrogen, cortisol. It will help to manage cortisol.
Wow. But that's only ghee if you know that it is good quality or it's made at home.
Yeah. Yes. And then again, to ensure that you don't face any problems because of ghee, you also have to have it the way it is supposed to be added. Now, if you add ghee to your food, that's the best way of having. If you mix it with carbs and protein and cook it together like a grain, like for example, making a shira, that's not the way ghee should be eaten. You put it on your roti, put it on your ghee, put it on your rice, on your dal. That's a very good way of having ghee. If you fry parathas in ghee, then it becomes a problem. So when you say that growing up you heard that ghee nahi khana chahiye, it's bad, is because हमने ghee ऐसे खाने शुरू कर दिया था. We used to make shiras and halwas and we used to fry, gujiyas and karanjia and all that in ghee. So now that is going to be harmful.
So I'm still going. So I enjoy my parathas, my rotis with ghee in it, and I'm still going to continue it, ma'am.
You roast them without frying it, and then
You put your ghees. Wow.
That's a great way of. And when you have your ghee, it should be flavor. So you should get ghee ka flavor. If it has got burnt because you have cooked something in ghee, that's definitely a ghee that is not going to be good for you.
Wow. I think I got to learn a lot today, ma'am. My life is going to change with eating healthy food for me and my family. Me and my wife are going to take an initiative that we have good food, healthy food in the house. Anyways, we have healthy food. बाहर का खाते नहीं है, ऐसे मैगी छोड़ के. But just joking. But ma'am, thank you very much for removing your time to be here at the podcast, ma'am. I have a small request for you, ma'am.
Sure.
I have this mug of mine over here, ma'am. And I have a marker. I request you kindly please give me your autograph on this mug, ma'am.
Sure.
And as I told you, ma'am, I have my studio in Pune. I'm going to have this mug put up in my studio of memory of having this amazing podcast session with you, ma'am. If you'd like to write us a message, I'd be very happy to read it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very, very much.
You welcome.
Thank you. And ma'am, as a token of appreciation, since you removed a valuable time to be here with us, ma'am, a small gift to you from our side here at the small, ma'am, from the Andropique mic testing team, ma'am.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for being a part. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so very much. No, ma'am, I really, ma'am, you see, ma'am, we, being in the fitness industry, we follow certain protocols of what to eat, how much to eat. We live a lot on supplements. You have goalies to take if you have to take. Natural food is also supposed to be taken, but when you're traveling and stuff, natural food hota nahi hai, ma'am. A lot of people, in fact, when you're traveling, we don't have a lot of fruits also because if you're busy shooting, we end up getting food from Swiggy, Zomato, etc. just to eat, so we survive throughout the entire time. But I think eating a lot of outside food should be stopped in any ways for anybody and everybody.
Even if you want to order, you should order food which is very similar in texture, taste and form, which you make at home. So instead of ordering let's say a burger or a pasta or something, we've got into this habit where if you have to order, it has to be pleasureful.
Correct.
So instead of that, order a dal khichdi, order dal chawal, order like a pulao. Order sizzler.
Achha.
Yeah, sizzler is great. They'll just have some sauces and you'll have a lot of veggies. You'll have probably some rice and whatever chicken or, paneer. So the food should look very similar to what
do you have at home?
What you have at home, yeah.
Right.
Even having a puri bhaji is better than having a burger.
Right, ma'am. I totally agree with you, ma'am. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing so much of ideas for everybody to be healthy and eat the right food. So thank you very much, Shveta, ma'am. Thank you very much. And I'll see you and meet you very soon again, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.